All right, this video is going to show you how to create these little straw rockets and use this really cool launcher to launch them. So we have just a few parts to this. It's a pretty darn simple activity. We have a template that's paper. We just need tape, some straws, scissors, and a pencil is going to be your tool. So the first thing I'm going to do is cut out one of these rockets, and that's the area right in here with 2 fins and a body. And we have 3 on this piece of paper so that we don't waste a lot of paper. So to do this, I'm going to just cut out one of them and then put the template over so I can use the rest later. On these templates, all you have to do is follow the solid lines around. We're using kids' scissors for this activity because we don't put adult scissors out. And it actually is pretty straightforward. I'm going to cut out each piece, then I'm going to put it together. This is going to be the body, and then I'm going to do the fins. So there's the 2 fins, here's the body, and here's the process. We're going to roll this piece of paper around, very tightly, around this square rectangle. So as you're rolling, the first thing you want to do is curl it up on the side, and then you're going to pinch it hard. You actually want to hold the whole thing together and use some muscle because you want to have it tightly rolled. I'm going to roll it, and then I'm going to hold on to it as I come around and put my finger there, and then I'm going to grab a little piece of tape and put it in the center. Make sure your tape is working. And here's a piece that is not too long, it's about 1 inch long. I'm going to tape it right in the center, tape it down like that. So now it's in the center, so I have these other 2 ends I want to make sure I tape down. The other part of this is kids will often want to tape around the paper. We want to go the long way so that the tape covers more of that edge. See that? So then I'm going to put this piece on the other end. Make sure I didn't tape it down, so I'm going to move it like that. And then we do this really cool thing. Notice how the pencil narrows? We're going to slide this up to the end of the pencil, and then we're going to grab it and twist it. And you can see the pencil sticking out. I'll slide it down just a little more. And I basically want to create a little, well, we're going to call it a nose cone. It's a heavier, thicker part of our rocket. The next part we're going to do is tape these fins onto the body. I'm going to get some tape for that. I'm going to place the fin a little above, I don't know if you can see that, a little above the bottom. I don't want it flush with the bottom because I want, when I put a piece of tape there, it will stick. So I'll start with the top one. I'll put that and wrap it this time around. I wrap it on this side and this side. And then I'm going to tape the bottom. See how it's on there? I'm going to use a smaller piece of tape because I'm right-handed. I want to make it easy. And then you kind of carefully move it between the fins and then roll it around. And this takes a little dexterity, and this is a point where it might help to have parents help, or the facilitator, you can help the kids do this. Now I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm going to tape it down. I'll want to just sort of line it up as best that I can. So we'll put another piece of tape up on the top. And you can see I'm using all my fingers in this. Everything is a tool here. And in the bottom, again, I want to tuck it down there, and the trick is I don't want to tape it onto the pencil because I won't be able to get my rocket off. Now, as we're working with this, it looks like those fins are flat. We want those fins to be equally or equidistantly apart from each other, about 90 degrees. So what I'm going to do is fold one up, and then fold another up, and then fold it up. And what I'm doing is I'm folding them to be straight out or perpendicular to the pencil. And a trick to making sure that you have them all equal is that you aim the fins so that you can see that there's the same space in between. And I'm kind of futzing around here. And then the neatest thing of all is you take it off the pencil and you have a little rocket. Okay? So I noticed that my nose cone is a little funny, so I'm going to twist it a little bit. I don't want to add more tape necessarily now because I can make adjustments after I test it for the first time. Now, if you back up a little bit, you can see the next part of this, and that's this little launcher we got. These are called straw rockets, and normally you would take a straw, put it in your mouth, and blow, but we really like this launcher because the launcher allows us to play with some things, play with the elevation. And then this tool right here allows us to talk about how much air comes out. And what this does is this is a plunger. It drops, this air drops through here and is forced out of the end of this little brass nozzle. So to make it so that the kids can have both, or adults, can have both their own launcher and use this one, we put this straw right on here. You choose an elevation. Okay? And then you choose the second variable, which is how high am I going to lift this? And they have numbers set so that you can get a sense of how high you're going to go by measuring right here. And we'll log those on a little data sheet after. So then I take the little rock. So I'm going to bring this up to about 18. And then all I do is drop it, and that air is forced out through this little brass tube up into the rocket, and it flies. Well, we hope. We'll see about my test. And that's it. That's how to make a rocket, and that's how to launch a rocket using this little launcher. And at the end, if you want, I'll pick up my rocket. You can also just put it on like this.